Hello friends, today we are going to learn about JavaScript objects. So what is JavaScript object? The object class represents one of the JavaScript data type. It is used to store various keyed collection or more complex entities. You have already learned about the JavaScript variables are containers of data values, or we can say objects are variable too, but objects can contain many values. The values are written as name value pair. The name and value are separated by a colon. Objects are more complex and each object may contain any combination of these primitive data types as well as reference data type. An object is a reference data type. Variables that are assigned to a reference value are given as a reference or a pointer to that value. That reference or a pointer points to the location in the memory where the object is stored. The The variable do not actually store the values. In other words, object is in JavaScript may be defined as unordered collection of related or primitive relative data of primitive or reference type in the form of key value pairs. These key can be variable or function and are called properties and methods respectively in context of an object. So what is how we can define a object definition? So object can be created using the object constructor or the object initializer. Spaces and line breaks are not important. An object definition can span multiple lines. So the object constructor creates an object wrapped from the given value. If the value is null or undefined, it will create and return an empty object. Otherwise, it will return an object of a type that corresponding to the given value. If the value is an object related, it will return the value. When we call in a non-constructor context, object behaves identically to new object property. The name value pair in JavaScript objects are called object properties. So how can we access the object properties? Object properties can be accessed by in two ways: object name dot property name, or by object name inside, then property name inside the square bracket encoded in double inverted commas. So what is object methods? Object can also have methods. Methods are action that can be performed on an object. Methods are stored in property as a function definition. A method is a function stored in as a property. So let us have a example to understand what is an object methods. So as you can see here, we have a prop we have constructed an object having a name, person, and that object contains many of the property as first name, last name, ID, or one of the property as full name, which was one of the function, and This property which have a function or an action to perform on an object, that property of an object is known as the method. So the full name function is a method for the person object. So as we have seen in the example, there is a use of this keyword. So what is the use of this keyword? In a function definition, this refers to the owner of the function. In an example above, this is a person object that owns the full name function. In another word, this dot first name means the fir- first name property of this object. Accessing object methods. How can we access the object methods? So methods can be accessed with the following syntax. If we access a method without parentheses, it will return the function definition.